Good morning or afternoon, Year 9. So we are on to our second lesson of the week now. Another Gothic poem's coming your way, and it is called Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. Now, just to begin, there's a starter. Look at the picture on the right-hand side with the moon in the background. And using the present participle to start, which we looked at last week, using ing words to begin a sentence, write a couple of sentences to describe the picture. See if you can add a simile. Now, some of you get confused between what a simile and a metaphor is. Please remember that a simile uses like or as. So, the moon was like a piece of cheese. Here is a video. It's a biography of Edgar Allan Poe. It's not very long, about 3.5–4 minutes, I think. He is a very interesting man. There is a lot of sort of secrecy around his life. There's a lot that we don't know. He had a very mysterious death. He had quite a strange start to his life also. Please watch the video and make a few notes. And then I'd like you to look at the key word and find the definition for me, please. Okay, here is the poem that we are looking at today. I'm going to read it for you. It's quite a tricky poem. You might want to research a little bit of context around the actual poem, not just the poet, just to help you understand it and annotate it in a second. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs in heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsmen came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in the kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee, and the stars never rise but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so, all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. There may be a few words in there that you aren't sure of what the meaning is, so please do highlight them if you can get access to printing it and look up these words. Now, over the next few slides, I've taken the first 3 stanzas and just put some questions around it so you can start thinking about the lines individually. So, why does this sound like a fairy tale? How is the sea both beautiful and threatening, and what could this imply? How does that link to that Gothic element? What is a maiden? Describe the tone in the first stanza. Is it romantic or is it a little bit possessive? There's a challenge at the top as well. What do you notice about the rhyme scheme? Explain what effect is therefore created. Is it rhyming couplets? Is there an alternate rhyme? You decide. Again, here's the second stanza. So you can work your way through these questions. I won't read them out to you because you can pause the video and just jot down your answers. It would be really good if you could write your answers in full sentences and use quotations to go along with this. Otherwise, you may come back to your notes in a couple of weeks and think, what on earth was I writing about here? So do try to follow the rules as if you were still in school, please. Imagine I'm shouting, write in full sentences. Okay, here's the third stanza. Again, have a little look. There's a few more techniques here. So caesura, you might need to look that up. pathetic fallacy. That's a really key technique in Gothic writing, focusing on the weather and how that creates a sort of mood. I've just given you an answer there, but you can think about how that links to this Gothic poem. Okay, so I haven't annotated the last 3 stanzas because I want you to have a go at that. You can jot down any techniques you can see, any Gothic elements. That could just be a key word or a line, but explain why it is Gothic to you. If there are any words that you don't understand, then please look them up. It's really important that we're still broadening our vocabulary and making it as ambitious as possible. B, how would you describe the overall tone of the poem? So we looked at the tone in the first stanza, but now that we've read the full poem, has that tone changed at all? Is it romantic? Is it creepy? Is it possessive? Again, use ambitious vocabulary. Please don't just say it's sad. Extra challenge at the bottom there is to research Edgar Allan Poe's poem The Raven. Read through it and jot down some thoughts and maybe start to think about how it compares to Annabel Lee. Comparing is a really high skill, and if we can get into the habit of doing it now, our GCSEs will become a lot easier. Keep working hard and keep safe.